I will be representing the National Library of Latvia here. As I already presented myself, my name is Emīls Rotgalvis. I work as the media literacy expert here at the National Library of Latvia, and my presentation will be focused also on promoting media and information literacy, shortened as MIL, in Latvian libraries, thanks to cooperation networks of different kinds. So a bit about the context. Media literacy in Latvia has become a more topical question, but there's still some work to be done. 2020 survey from Ministry of Culture shows us that more people are interested in media literacy, 58% of the population, more than are media literate themselves, at least what they think. So that would be 53%. We also have this question about Russian language sphere. We have this, well, let's say, two language spheres still in sort of division, and there's few movements done to prove that there should be more work done. And of course, recent string of crises shown a linkage of MIL to crisis management. That was shown in COVID, in Russia's attack on Ukraine, and the current price hike and energy crisis. So media literacy is very important. What concerns libraries and media literacy education in Latvia, we are proud that the National Library of Latvia is a key player in promoting MIL in Latvia. That has been since 2015, when the National Library helped develop media policy in Latvia. We work with the yearly funding from the Ministry of Culture for audiences. Those are librarians, teachers, senior citizens, and the youth. Regions and schools follow National Library as an example, and I would say that there are two keys to unlock every door when it comes to media literacy. Those are first partners and creativity. So key number one would be creativity. That is, work with what you have while creating something new. Sometimes media literacy work can begin very simply, just by bringing people together, like seniors and journalists, or students and librarians. And it is important to light a spark in library workers' creativity, because sometimes it takes a little bit of a nudge to have them start thinking about these questions. But once they do, the ball starts rolling, as they say. And the second key, and my main point of my presentation, would be partnerships. That is key number two. Which would make an easier approach to projects and seminars. That's when we work in a partnership, it is a simpler way to sign up to projects. Latvia, of course, is a small country, but we are very varied. So let's say if there's a library from Latgale, the eastern part of Latvia, cooperating with a library from Vidzeme, those are different perspectives that can be very valuable to have them exchanged. And yeah, MIL partnerships in Latvia, of course, sustain from a strong core from ministries and media workers and libraries, but we are hoping that this network will become more broader and more far-reaching. So let's say that the key number two, which is partnerships, unlocks a door full of webs. These webs would be networks of people and institutions. Forgive me, the visualization, I guess this is the Halloween of today. But if we look at more contemporary look, what this web of people looks like, it would be something like this, just the World Wide Web connecting us all throughout. So why these networks are important? If we put minds together, we can do something better. We can share both the struggles and the spoils of success. And what's important, cooperation means a joint use of available resources and audiences. So, for instance, if we bring library together with local media company, then we have both the reading side and the media reading side attending an event. So that is always very good. And good cooperations, I would say, can begin as a test of compatible ideas and develop into a long-term success story, which we also have seen in the National Library. So what this means for Latvian libraries, National Library of Latvia is very open to all regional school and academic libraries in Latvia. We come with different kinds of requests. They come with requests to us, or we come to them. And we also cooperate with government institutions such as ministries and, of course, local communities, which are most popular among libraries. Let's say that, cooperation between the libraries would still be a bit of untapped potential, because currently we work such as National Library of Latvia cooperates with a single library or a few, but if more libraries within Latvia would cooperate within each other, I think that would foster some more success. So what it means for libraries and MIL, media literacy education, learning more about a wide range of initiatives, which are very plentiful in Latvia. There will be more chances to pick and choose, because media literacy, as we know, comes in different types. There's also financial literacy, the medical literacy, and such questions. So we would have the possibility to broaden. But what is very important for these cooperation networks, such a thing as a coordinator is needed to oversee these networks, and National Library has one such expert, but we are working currently with the regional libraries to have these experts locally as well. So next I will show a couple of examples from our work, from some of our good practices with creating these cooperation networks and how they have panned out for us. So this year we started with a webinar during March. We had planned this even before February 24th, but of course after this terrible event it became even more relevant, such as the situation was that the Ministry of Defense came to us because they had this material about being prepared for the first 72 hours if there's an attack or a war or another catastrophe. So they wanted to popularize their material, and we also came with this media literacy initiative, and this fostered a very successful cooperation. The webinar featured many keynote speakers, media literacy experts, media experts, even psychologists, and it was viewed live by nearly 750 people simultaneously throughout Latvia. So that's a very large part of the library network as a whole. And this cooperation fostered new ones. Libraries were very happy to hear more about this topic, and then they invited these Ministry of Defense representatives to their local libraries to have regional events. So we are very happy that we inspired this movement forward. Currently, we also have an ongoing project with the Goethe Institute in Riga, where we're trying to promote media literacy in youth. We have 5 chosen regions participating. Those are Jelgava, Jēkabpils, Valmiera, Daugavpils, and Kuldīga. With 5 teams who are throughout this year, they are learning more about media literacy, looking through the topics, seeing what's more interesting to them, and also learning valuable video making skills. And we are hoping, actually, we're currently each team is very hard at work at this time, and we are hoping that by the end of November we will have these videos ready. So throughout this education of these teams, we will make educational videos which can be used further in libraries, schools, and so forth. And also this summer we had a pilot project which would translate to English would be named With Wisdom in Media Literacy, where we worked with the senior audience. We had topical discussions in regional libraries in 3 places in Latvia, where we invited local media workers. It was a very valuable experience because most of these seniors are readers of local newspapers, and seeing these journalists come to them in their library fostered both discussion and learning experiences for them. And we had very, very good feedback from this pilot project, and we will definitely be looking to continue it. And now we have our new program, let's say new-ish, because it's sort of a revival of a project that my predecessor before me started in 2018. Which we called the Media Literacy Masters, which would be something like the Moldovan super media literacy program, where we have 24 librarians from all throughout Latvia, becoming mill educators for their communities. Throughout this year, from October till May, such as the school year, they will have monthly events where they learn more about different mill topics, and then their task would be to host one mill event by themselves using this knowledge that they have gained. So we work in all kinds of directions, creating these cooperation networks with multiplicators. We give them some knowledge and then they spread it throughout their communities, and that is our big hope with our work. So to summarize my presentation, it's important to know the audience, the resources, and adapt to them. That would be the first key, which is creativity. And the second key would be to have these cooperation partnership networks and have a coordinator to oversee them. Use existing contacts and library network to build new cooperations. Mill actors, which are the organizers, will always be interested in participation, but it is just as vital to create new educators. So not only to use the people that we know who work in media literacy, but educate others who could let this network grow. Of course, it's important to let one cooperation foster new ones. And our own project examples show first signs of growth from positive feedback, but of course further results will be visible long-term, most probably in Ministry of Culture surveys about Latvian societal media literacy. So that's about it from me. I would like to conclude my presentation with this quote from Rainis, our great literate, who's sitting right here in front of our library. I allowed myself to have this translation, so it might be sort of precise. So when you want to become wise, think the thoughts of many together and beyond. So thank you very much. Are there any questions? Maybe some questions from the audience? Yeah, we have.
I followed up your presentation with No, it's okay. Yeah, with great pleasure for us. It's exchange of experience, of course. My first question is if you have any support from your government, from, I don't know, maybe local government. And my second question is related to, I don't know, maybe you have a curriculum, or what are your guidelines to implement meal activities at the level of National Library and throughout the country?
Okay, so yeah, thank you for the questions. So to answer the first one, we don't have so much as a local regional support for these activities, as much as mainly Ministry of Culture works with National Library works with others. But of course there are local initiatives. Many libraries work with projects on their own. But of course, I would be very, very glad if local governments would see the importance of MIL education as well and have some more support. And that would, of course, alleviate our task to oversee everything as well. And secondly, we have different kinds of curriculums, because we have we have this it's not a big network of media literacy professionals in Latvia, but it's a very active one, and we are very happy that, for instance, just this autumn, IREX in the Baltics presented their very verified program in Latvian for the first time. At the beginning of this year, University of Latvia presented their curriculum. We have a very popular name between Latvian schools, which is the Center for Safer Internet. They also work with different, creating different materials. So yeah, we are very happy that there are these actors who are doing all this work. So maybe any other questions? If not, thank you.